Hustle 5 Ways Radio.
Alright, what's going on with your man? It's your boy DMV Hustle News, and who the fuck we got right here, man?
Got C.A.D.E.T, the living legend.
Man, facts. First and foremost, shout out Hustle the 5 Ways, man, for the space, man. Knock out the interviews if you need to knock out an interview, podcast, studio time, anything, man. Go ahead and holler at us, Hustle 5 Ways. But anyway, man, we're gonna get straight to it, man. So, first and foremost, hold on. Tell me what's your name again one more time?
C.A.D.E.T, the living legend.
C.A.D.E.T, the living legend, man. So tell me, explain that name to me.
C.A.D.E.T stand for Cage Animal Destroying Everything.
Ooh. And you call yourself the legend.
The living legend.
The living legend. So why you call yourself that?
Call myself the living legend because I used to, you know what I'm saying, rap and battle. I've been doing this all my life, and there's certain circumstances in my life that I felt like I made it out, so I'm legendary for that.
I like that. You got a lot of rappers, you know, they call themselves certain things. When you call yourself the living legend, you know what I'm saying? Right.
And I never had a whack verse, so.
Yeah, you never had a whack verse, oh man, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, tell me, all right, first we're gonna get to the background of your life, man. So tell me about yourself, man. Where you from?
I'm from D.C. Was born and raised in Northeast, 21st in Vietnam. Then I moved to North Carolina. Once I moved to North Carolina, stayed there for 7 years, and I came back to D.C. So I've been here ever since.
Yeah, facts. So, you know what I'm saying? So you got a little bit of life in North Carolina, and you got a little bit of life in D.C. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start off with your life first in D.C. Now, you told me, you said your rap career started, you know,
here in D.C.
Yeah, here in D.C. at the age of 6. You said you've been rapping since you were 6 years old.
Yeah.
How did that start?
I started with my older brother. They used to have a rap group, and they used to sit me down and, you know, try to teach me how to write bars and count bars and everything like that. So once I started doing that, I just kept on doing it, listening to music, listening to different, you know, albums, stuff like that. And it was natural for real, to be honest with you.
Right. Nah, so you actually started writing at 6, or they was?
I started to write at 6.
Yeah.
But I wrote my first song when I was like 8 or 9.
8 or 9. Wow. You remember that song?
I remember the first line of it, but you know, it was just corny and weak.
You know what I'm saying?
I was like, cause like my family name is EJ. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, you know, it was like my name is EJ. I like to get busy. Everybody knows that my name is EJ. Like that's how I started. That was like the first.
Right. And you don't even remember the rest. You don't even remember the rest. You don't remember the name of the song or nothing.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was just writing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As a little kid, you don't got no concept or nothing. You just
facts.
writing what sound good to you at the time.
Yeah, man. So, man, but now besides that, man, tell me your life experiences growing up in that neighborhood. That's probably one of the roughest neighborhoods on the Northeast side, man. So I know you probably went through it.
I mean, I did, you know what I'm saying? I'm a solid individual. I'm gonna keep it 100. You feel me? I got bullied when I was in elementary school. You feel me? All through elementary school, niggas was getting bullied, but then when I got to middle school, hands was getting thrown. So it was either around 21st, you either had a fight or flight. You feel what I'm saying? So you basically, you know, I come from a fighting background. You know, my father used to box. You know what I'm saying? My brothers, everybody used to, you know, throw their hands. So it was either you gonna stand up for yourself, or you gonna keep endure, you know, people picking on you and bullying and all that. So I just got tired of it. 6th grade, it was up there. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, facts, man. But nah, yeah, man. Besides that though, man, what's probably one memory you will never forget growing up around there?
One memory I will never forget. One memory I never forget is my mother. Like my mother, you know what I'm saying? She took me outside one time. That's funny though. She took me outside one time to try to teach me how to ride a bike. You know what I'm saying? And she got on the bike, and it was unsuccessful. My mother fell off the bike, you know what I'm saying? So that's a memory I always remember. But you know,
so basically, you know, quote unquote, in old DC lingo terms, your mother got flicked off the bikes.
Facts.
She tried to teach you how to ride a bike, and she got
folded. Like
folded.
So,
wow.
Yeah, so that's how that was. But that's you know, one of many memories that I always remember. You know what I'm saying? Other memories would be, you know, the pickled eggs and the sunflower seeds. You know, going to the corner store, Jack's. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of little memories around there. You know what I'm saying? Going out back of the apartments, playing on the little crate that's hooked up to the fence. You know what I'm saying? We playing basketball because around 21st, anybody that's around 21st that's original member of 21st, they know that before them playgrounds was there, it was all gravel. And there used to be 2 dumpsters back there, and the only thing they had back there was a crate on the fence playing basketball.
Wow.
They ain't never had no playgrounds back there.
Mm.
I was living around there when they first built the playgrounds.
Right. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Wow. When they first played the playground, did it make a difference in the neighborhood?
Not really.
Not really. Not really. I mean,
nice.
I guess the kids had somewhere to play at.
Yeah, it looked nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in fact, you know what I'm saying. But all right. But one thing you had mentioned though, you actually started taking rapping very seriously, like in your middle school years.
Yeah, when I got into 6th grade,
Mm-hmm.
I took it serious because, like I said, my 8th grade teacher, my 8th grade teacher and my 8th grade music teacher, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mr. Pierre and Miss Daniels. They was the first 2 people to like really instill that belief in me, you know what I'm saying, that I could actually be as good as I am, you feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we used to have this little, it's Friday Fun Day, so you would get on stage and you would demonstrate your talent during lunchtime. And so, a classmate of mine got up there, he did his little thing, whole crowd in the cafeteria went crazy. So I was like, well, shit, I could do it too. So I got up there, crowd went crazy for me. Then, you know what I'm saying, he got back up there, crowd went crazy for him. So I'm like, well, you trying to battle me or something? Went up there again, so we going back and forth the whole jump. Everybody was just, you know, going crazy, and then me and him became like the best rappers in the school.
Right. You ain't never reached back out with him? You ever checked him?
Yeah. We follow each other on Facebook.
He still rapping, man?
Nah, he do comedy now.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
But he definitely told me, he was like, man, you always had it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fact.
And I told him, you know, I appreciated that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because, you know, them moments in your life is the moments where you really cherish. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what molds you.
Right.
And that's what that moment is what molded me. And for him to say that, be like, man, you always had it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, because I'm in my head, I'm chasing you.
Yeah,
I want to be better than you.
Yeah.
But for the person that you was kind of in competition with, say that it mean a lot.
Yeah, fast. And now, also mentioning this, man, you know, growing up in DC, man, you know, especially in our generation, this was pro DC. Like, I mean, pro Gogo. Like, being a rapper in DC was the most corniest thing ever. It was. Unless you was like a Gogo rapper. Like, you rapping for a Gogo band.
Yeah, like if you was Stinky Dink or somebody.
Yeah, Fat Rodney or...
When I started rapping, nobody wanted to be a rapper, bro. Mm-hmm. Everybody wanted to be a basketball player, football player, veterinarian, doctor, and we're going to be the next Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, but rapping was the last thing that anybody wanted to do. When they used to ask me in school, like, what you want to be when you grow up? Rapper. Everybody laughed at me, but now you look around.
Everybody a rapper. All the kids a rapper.
Your grandmother rap, your doctor rap. You know what I'm saying? Your mechanic, he rap. Like it's funny how the tables turn. You know what I'm saying? Then, with that being said, it make artists like myself get overlooked because once I tell somebody, hey, I rap, you get the alright, you and everybody else until they actually hear me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Wow. That's crazy, man. That's great. That's good to know, though. You know what I'm saying? But, like, what was, like, some personal situations? Because I remember I had a couple personal situations. Because I actually at one point wanted to rap myself. And I'll be in there freestyling. And, like, the girls would be like, oh, you rap, you corny. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all some losers. And, you know, stuff like that. Like, did you get some of that?
Nah, not really. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really get no backlash from it. It was just, I knew during that time you had to be good. Yeah. To be
as long as you were talented, they would look past that and be like,
as long as you had
he might can make it.
Some skill, it was like, oh yeah, keep it up. You know, keep it up, Shawty. You keep doing it, you gonna be good. But once people started really hearing me and saying like, yeah, Shawty really take this serious, then that's what it was.
Yeah, facts. Okay. No questions. So we're gonna talk about your life also in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? So you moved to North Carolina right before like you started your freshman year in school. What was the reason?
I moved because the neighborhood was getting bad and my mother wanted to change, so she didn't really want me to, you know what I'm saying, grow up here. So, but it was, the problem was when I left, I still had my aggression. But when I got down there, I developed the Southern hospitality, so it kind of, you know, it's a balance. Because I'm calm and laid back. I'm, you know, real respectful to people and stuff like that, but I still got that DC side in me.
Yeah. Was that something hard getting adjusted to when you moved down there? Like you was like super aggressive. And I know people was like, why you like that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It was because down there everybody speaks. You know what I'm saying? They wave, they honk their horn. You know, you honk a horn up here, you probably get ready to get in a fight or something. You honk a horn down there, they basically honking the horn. Hey, how's it going? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? So I had to get used to the friendliness because I still had a little sense of like, who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? So it was.
I went down south a couple of times, man. You know, I was down, cause you know there's always that DC North Carolina connection. You know what I'm saying? It's always like that family connection. You know what I'm saying? And even though we're a little bit more aggressive, that Southern hospitality still shows in us sometimes.
It do. That's why I said like, it all depends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Up here, you know, if you bump into somebody on accident, oh my bad, you know, they keep it moving. You know, down there you bump into somebody, it's like, excuse me, my apologies. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
But it depends on where you go up here, because you can bump into somebody and they take it to 1,000. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a genuine accident. You know what I'm saying? So it's something, it takes some getting used to.
Yeah, you know, up here, you know, a bump started a whole hood beef. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a bump, scrape on the shoe, started a whole neighborhood rivalry, people, you know, all type of stuff. So, you know how I get down up here.
It's just, up here, it's a little bit of lack of communication.
Yeah, facts.
Nobody can talk no more. You feel me?
Facts.
That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah, facts though. So, what was like the first thing like that you thought in your head when you first moved down? In fact, what part of North Carolina did you move to?
Franklin's. Outside of Raleigh.
Outside of Raleigh. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, what was the first thing you thought about when you moved down there?
I hated it.
You hated it.
I don't want to be here.
It was
that was the first thing. Like, I don't want to be here. I want to go back.
Like, what was it like? Just super country, trees,
it
grass.
wasn't the country. I had my brother that had moved down there, but it was just more like, I mean, cause he was down there, so I was alright. You know what I'm saying? But once he moved, I felt like I don't have no family down here. We down here by ourselves, so it's like I want to go home. Mm-hmm. But it kind of felt like a dream until you be like, damn, I'm really down this jump. Like I'm really in North Carolina. I'm really not leaving. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
So you had that thought in your head going through high school. It's like, so you just like with anywhere, you gotta adapt to your surroundings. Mm-hmm. So I may have some lingo or some slang that I'm using that's theirs, but it comes with the territory when you move away from your city that young. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you continue to rap though.
Yeah.
You continue to rap though. So you know what I'm saying. So take me through them high school years when you was rapping.
Oh, I was the best rapper in my high school. And the best rapper literally in my high school. Like, it started off when I was, my first day of school. It was in the cafeteria. They have outside lunch, so they got, they go to sit outside and eat lunch. Nigga was beating on the trash can. I'm listening to them like, dang. But they all rap like they had that southern drawl with them. Mm-hmm. So then I was like, man, I'm trying to get in this right here too. So when I started rapping, they was like, man, look, shawty job nice. One thing led to another. Then I ended up being in the band. You know what I'm saying? I played the snare drums.
Ironically.
Yeah. So I played the snare drums and I played the I played the snare drums and I worked the toms a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But the thing was with the toms, you know what I'm saying? You work the toms with the sticks. I was using my hand.
Oh,
you feel what I'm saying?
So you was trying to take it back home,
yeah,
like,
you know what I'm saying? So I was using my hand, but at the halftime shows, I would have battles at the halftime shows by the trash can, and that's where everybody would congregate just to hear me rap against people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? football game, they wasn't even caring about the football game.
Yeah,
They was just like getting spanked.
Yeah.
62-0. They was like, all right, halftime show coming. We gonna be over here by the concession stand. We trying to see what Shawty talking about.
Yeah, y'all was just freestyling, getting into it, man.
Yeah.
Now, you told me earlier that you would rap like you was joning, like you would battle somebody like you joning. Like, explain that to me.
So, if I got a freestyle on you, I'ma look you up and down to see what you got on, and I'ma spot you. And while I'm rapping, cause I was quick on my feet, I could think fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had something looking crazy, I would joan on you. You know what I'm saying? I'd fire you up, but I'll make everybody laugh. But I'm still rapping at the same time. Like, I'm throwing my own little punchlines in there, but then I jump back to you and start cooking. So that's how that started.
No, fuck, man. So out there, I believe there's a hood everywhere. Was it down there more middle class? Was it like poor down there, lower middle class? You know what I'm saying? Like, compared to growing up in 21st in Vietnam, 21st in Maryland, 21st in I, and then moving down there, what would you say, like, what was it like down there?
So down there it's kind of funny, right? Because you don't know who got money for real. So you might see somebody pull up on a nice little Impala on 22s, 24s, but you go where they stay at, and it might be a double wide trailer, but the whole time this double wide trailer is a nice amount of money. You feel me? But if you was coming from up here to down there, you'll look at that like, dang, their house kind of small, but it's not even the case. The house is big on the inside. You feel what I'm saying? Then some you might look at it and they might be dressing like with a dirty t-shirt, some cargo shorts or something, but the whole time they got a pocket full of money. So it's kind of difficult. You can't really tell the class level unless you go to the city.
Which is Raleigh. Raleigh.
So if you in the town, you got people who got big houses, you know what I'm saying? Got nice houses. Houses probably built. But if you go to Raleigh, you can it's a better, you can categorize it better. You can tell, like, okay, if they live in this certain part of Raleigh, they doing all right. They living in this part, this the trenches. But in the small towns, you won't know that because everybody knows everybody. But if you look at what they have, you can be like, man, like, he might got old Cutlass. You know what I'm saying? But that joint probably sitting on 26s, and the inside of it is done up because they take their cars service. That's their prized possession.
Oh, that's the big thing out there.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? What was the culture out there? What was the swag like? You know what I'm saying? Like, was they shitting on you in the dress game out there? Shout out my North Carolina man.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I had to adapt, bro. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. So, like, down there at that time, you know what I'm saying, we was wearing, like, the clothes was baggy. You know what I'm saying? So they was more in, like, the Air Forces, the high top forces. They would wear a lot of fitted caps. You know what I'm saying? They dress like, I don't know, like D4L basically. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it was. I mean,
that's how it was, man.
Like, I look at it like, if you.
Cause I think even with us, like, when we all, like, DC even had a baggy clothes phase, but it wasn't that baggy.
Nah,
like, we wasn't Baltimore baggy. You know what I'm saying? They with the long shorts.
That shit was 2X. Like, you wear large, nigga, you wear the extra large. Like, that's how they jumps was.
Yeah, they jumps was like mandatory bag. You know what I'm saying? So did you ever, like, get some criticism when you come down there with your clothing? Like, when you come down there with some New Balance?
I ain't never really wear New Balance to be honest with you. Like, I wore whatever my mother could afford.
Right,
you feel what I'm saying? I'm talking Pro Wings, Payless shoes, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I probably had some T-Max, some Tracy McGrady's or something. Like, I ain't never really... Shacks, Tim Duncans, whatever my mama could afford, bro, that's what I had on. But it was like, it wasn't until I really got my first job down that jump that I started to buy my own stuff. But I never really was a fashion dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
So I ain't really care too much.
You know what I'm saying? Well, now you got your clothing line, but we're gonna get to that later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm a little different now.
Yeah, a little different now. So, okay, so was that the point when you actually started going to the studio and taking rap seriously and recording, or when would you say you started doing that?
So I started taking rap like serious, right, when I was in 9th grade. So when I was in 9th grade, like I said, at the end of 8th grade, I was full-fledged, like, I want to be, this is what I want to do. When I got to North Carolina, I started recording myself.
Right.
I started recording my own stuff, and I had a couple homies that from Carolina, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my men, you know what I mean, Die Figure and Rexo, you know what I'm saying? They used to come to my house and we used to record in my house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it was not high tech at all. It was
just recording in the studio.
Trust me, it wasn't no studio. It was just a headset. You feel me?
You was just basically making freestyle demo tapes.
Basically.
I seen my brother do the same thing. Like basically you press the record button and y'all just rap.
I mean, I did that too. That's how I started when I was a kid though.
Right.
I had the little tape recorder, push the 2 buttons, and record on the cassette tape and just hear myself.
Yeah.
You know? So that's how I started. As a kid, when you was asking me about, you know, as a youngin', I was a kid just pressing record and just rapping on the damn tape. Just saying whatever. But when I was down in Carolina, I was recording myself and I was making songs. You see what I'm saying? Putting the songs together, had my man come over with, you know, write a song, whatever the case may be. And then I had went and bought these CDs that looked like records, and I was passing them out in school. You know what I'm saying? So I was really like trying to sell my mixtapes and all that. I was really on that.
That's a crazy story right there. That's a wild story. But that's weird. So hold on, was you selling them or you just passing them out?
I was trying to sell them.
You were trying to sell them.
But see, the mix wasn't that good, so after a while, you know, once you see them Jones ain't selling, you like, man,
I gotta go to the studio.
Just take this. Nah, I ain't never go to the studio.
Oh yeah, facts. Yeah.
That's the thing. I ain't started going to the studio till I came back. Came back up here. I went to the studio once down there, and I made a song with a model. She used to model for Dame Dash, and this is right around the time that Kobe Bryant had I guess had
the allegations,
had the allegations for his wife, and he bought her a $4 million ring.
Yeah.
I made a rap about it. You know what I'm saying? That was the first song I recorded in the studio.
Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, no, facts. Okay, so what was the rap scene? Because, you know, like we were just mentioning before, the rap scene out there was kind of like dim. So what about like out here, like out North Carolina and the Carolinas? What was the rap scene like?
Carolina had a decent rap scene, but their people was YC, Rocks on Rocks.
He was from out there?
He was from I think he was from Fayetteville. I believe.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. I thought he was from Atlanta. I always thought he was from Atlanta.
I think he was from Fayetteville, North Carolina. And then the dude Lil Rue, he had the Nasty song. He was from Carolina.
You can't forget about Petey Pablo.
Nah, I actually met Petey Pablo.
Yeah.
I met him when I was like 17, working at Home Depot. You had Petey Pablo, you know what I'm saying? Then you had, you had J. Cole, but J. Cole was just
coming in. You know so you remember J. Cole before he even blew up? Like you remember he was like an underground rapper in North Carolina?
Yeah. So he was, but the thing was, he went to New York. He had left Carolina and went to New York. And you know what I'm saying, got on. But a couple people that I did, it was a couple up and coming people. You know what I'm saying? They had It was a dude signed in Carolina. He was with Disturbing the Peace at the time. So their music scene was decent.
It was something coming from that. They was actually trying to rap.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? But they had, like I said, they had a southern way of rapping though. You know
so they was more like kind of like how Atlanta was, like country.
Yeah, like
rapping about, you know, because at the time they was like big on the dope game and rapping about big wheels and stuff like that. They was like, so they wasn't like big on bars. Like they wasn't big on.
They wasn't big on bars, but they all kind of rap like how. This is my opinion. You know what I'm saying? They rap like T.I., Young Dro.
Okay, so they had some lyrical ability.
Yeah, but it was just more, like you said, about the cars and the dope game and all that. So
yeah, facts. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so you had mentioned that you moved back to DC, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We moved back. What was the reason why?
I moved back because I told my mother, you know what I'm saying, I ain't want to be 22 living in her house. So as a man, I felt like I'm 21. You feel me? And I don't want to be, I just didn't want to be a burden on them, so I left. I just told her, I was like, I'm gonna come back to DC. If I don't get a job in 3 months, I'm gonna come back down. But I made sure I, you know what I'm saying, got a job and everything, so I've been up here ever since.
Yeah, in fact. So when you came down here, you moved like around your way, or did you?
I moved with my uncle.
Okay.
On KDY.
Okay, so you moved uptown.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I'm saying. What was uptown? What was that uptown experience like?
Well, it was alright. I mean, I mainly was getting up, just going to work. I ain't really
pay no attention. What was going on?
Yeah, I ain't really hang too much up there. I mean, I played basketball. I think it's called Emory Grove.
Yeah, Emory Rec. Yeah,
played a little basketball right there. Played a little Macombos jump. You know what I'm saying? A little strip club.
I ain't know about Macombos, huh?
And then they had another little spot called the G-Spot right there.
Yeah, Gogo, right? The Gogo.
I don't know if it was a Gogo joint. It was like a little lounge area. It's right there on the strip of Georgia Avenue.
Okay.
And I mean, like I said, other than that, I was just pretty much going to work, going back and forth. I was working at the airport.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Was it like I'm back on business in DC, or it was like?
Yeah, it was all business. Like when I got up here, it was feet hit the pavement. I got grind.
Yeah, facts.
I wasn't trying to come back up this joint and play no games. I had to really, you know what I'm saying, get my money in my pockets.
Yeah. Because I guess down there the economy is not the same as.
Nah, that was part of the reason why I moved, because the job market was hard. Because I had a job, but then I ended up losing the job. You know what I'm saying? So after that, I didn't have no car either. So everything in Carolina is spaced out. It's not like I could catch a bus and go to work, or catch a bus and go look for a job.
Oh, so they don't have a metro system out there?
Nah, not in the town where I'm at. Like I said, the bus system is 45 minutes from where I lived at.
Wow, you gotta have a car to that.
You have to have a car. You ain't got no car, you ain't biking it, so you gotta have a car. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, facts. For real.
Tough living.
Nah, for real. Nah, definitely. All the time. Because I ain't started driving till my late 20s, so like.
I ain't get my license till I was 21.
Yeah, I kept 21.
I kept failing the test.
21. Shoot, I didn't even take a test. I jumped in the car. I jumped in the car. I was like, man, I got tired of not learning. I know how to drive. So I'm like, I just jumped in the car. You know what I'm saying? So, because I think that's when I moved out of Maryland. I was like, I gotta get a car.
I bought my first car down that joint.
Yeah. Which one was it?
Oldsmobile Achiever 98. Bought that jump. Motherfucking brakes went out. The head gasket blew. Shit was trash.
Trash. But at that time, that was your baby, though.
I tried to be my baby. I drove that joint a maximum 3 times. That shit.
Oh man, but now, so at that time, was you like still trying to pursue your rap career when you came back, or was you like focused on? I got to focus on my career. I got to focus on getting money first, and then I'm gonna get back to the rap thing. It
was a little bit of both.
Okay.
I still was doing my music, so it's funny. So when I, and like I said, people who know me, you know what I'm saying, they know this truth. I used to have a duffel bag. I got a duffel bag in my house that's in my closet. It's nothing but raps in it. It's all the raps I had wrote in high school. It's all the raps I wrote, like, for 12 years.
Right.
I had that junk in my book, in my duffel bag, and I would carry this duffel bag everywhere I went.
Wow.
Like, one time I be down gallery place, you know what I'm saying? I got the duffel bag with me, my laptop in my book bag, you know what I'm saying? I'm hot-footing it, you know what I mean? Because I ain't had no car. I'm going all metro. So I'm carrying my bag everywhere I went, you know what I'm saying? And when I started, when I came back, I did the C.A.D.E.T show.
Yeah, shout out to Eddie Kane.
Did the C.A.D.E.T show. Shout out to him. Recorded at a few studios. Shout out to J-Rob too. I recorded at J-Rob. So like I said, I recorded at like numerous studios in the city. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, facts, man, facts. So you still wanted to be a rapper, but now.
Yeah. I wanted to be a rapper, but I needed to get my money together.
Yeah. So basically, you wanted to get the finances to rap. You know,
yeah. My whole thing, reason why, like, a lot of people used to hear me and be like, "Dawg, why you not signed yet? You know what I'm saying? Why you ain't?" And my problem was because my ideology was different. I was thinking that somebody gonna hear me and just be like, "Oh man, he tight. I'm gonna put some money behind it." That shit ain't what it is. You feel me? Like now I know that.
Yeah.
Because for a long time I was really on some like.
So you was the lack of marketing, the lack of resources and stuff like that. Yeah.
So now it's like I'm a little older now. I'm really out here trying to. I'm gonna rub elbows with these people and that people. I don't wait for people to, you know what I'm saying, come holler at me. all right, you want to talk money? We want to talk money. I got this much. I'm trying to spend. What's up?
Yeah, fact.
Now a lot of times they'll hear me rap and be like, damn, you, cause you know sometimes a person see dollar signs when they see a gold mine, so they like, if I could work with him, that'll help me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how, you know what I'm saying, I had to change my thinking.
Yeah, fact. And now we come into today, man. Back-to-back music videos you doing. Is this like probably the hardest you work in your whole I mean, not the, I wouldn't say the hardest working, like it's your hardest project you working. I know you're pretty sure you had, but I'm talking about far like now in this generation, like now that you have technology, music videos. You know, I've seen that you back-to-back. Like when did you shoot your first music video?
My first music video I shot. I shot my first music video 2013.
2013. It's still on YouTube?
Probably.
Yeah.
You gotta go through somebody's page.
Yeah.
But my first like official video that I shot that in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And that's on my page.
Yeah, right. So like, but I meant like earlier, like, is this like kind of like a restart, a revamp? I would say, not like a whole. Wow.
Yeah, I had to rebrand myself.
Yeah. That's what I was basically trying to say.
Yeah, I had to rebrand myself a little bit because, you know, when I go places now, you know what I'm saying, it's like they recognize me now.
Mm-hmm.
I had to change my wardrobe, change the way I do things, change the way I look. So, but I had to change the way I look for me. Because I'm not into jewelry. I'm not into big chains and earrings, long hair. I'm not into that shit.
Right.
I'm like a man's man. I grew up different. You know what I'm saying? So I had to change what makes me comfortable.
Facts. Now, you know, being that you're a lot, you know, like I ain't gonna say a lot, but I'm saying being that you're a little older now, you know what I'm saying, you see now there is a rap scene where, you know, we still have the Gogo culture out here, but rap is more of the priority now, and you see everybody rapping. The first question I want to ask, like, how do you feel about that right now?
To be honest with you, my opinion on it is like this, you know, you can do what you want to do in this life. You feel me? You can be a rapper, be a singer, whatever. As long as you do something that's different and you stand out, ain't got no problems with it. You know, I don't want to sound like an old head and be like, man, I don't like that, I ain't trying to hear that. But at the end of the day, that's their generation. Got my generation. You feel me? Everybody got their time to do what they want to do. But at the same time, it's like, if you're gonna do that, you gotta be different. You know, so make sure that you stand out from everybody else.
Nah, fact, I agree. Yeah. And the second question I have on that, like, you know what I'm saying, was it like, I'm trying to think of the second question right quick. Whole time. Was like the difference you would see from back then when you started rapping to like now?
The content changed. It's the art, the love for the art is different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The love for the art is different.
Right.
They don't really care about saying much now.
Right.
Like back then, you had to really say something. You had to really be talking about something. You had to really have some type of lyrical ability and lyrical skill. And that's kind of it's not frowned upon, but you don't really see it as much. So.
Yeah. Nah, facts. So all right, so we about to wrap this up right here. So the question is like, what you got on the way? What you're working on right now? You've been getting very crazy results on my page, so you know people definitely rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? I
got an album coming out called Man in the Mirror. You know what I'm saying? I want to say shout out to my bro 9 Milli. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Free 9 Milli. You know, yeah, definitely looking forward to him touching down again. I got my clothing line coming out, the Living Legend way. You know what I'm saying? You know, follow me at C.A.D.E.T 316 on Facebook. Savage Ave. You know what I'm saying? And I got a ton of music, so all you gotta do is just log in and tap in. Yeah, fair. Oh yeah, and then before we go, this was the last question I wanted to ask. Being that you're an older rapper and so forth, like you're an older rapper, you know what I'm saying? How do you feel like, and I'm not saying compete with them, but how can you keep yourself relevant? Because you know, it's always this stigma, and I've asked this before, it's always this stigma when it comes to older rappers, you know what I'm saying? Like oh, if you're like touching 30 or if you pass 30, your career is over. So what will be your response to that? Old head told me, if you got it, you got it. You feel me? If you got it, you got it. I don't compete with nobody because at the end of the day, I know who I am. So if I get on a track with anybody, I know I'm gonna hold my own. Now, the difference between me and other rappers is I'm universal. I can do the same thing that they doing, I can do it, but I can do it a little better. But that's not knocking them, but I got that experience to where I can really do what y'all do and keep up with y'all.
Right.
And I can actually make your song sound good.
Right.
You just gotta lock in and tap in. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
No, facts. No, facts, man. Well, it's definitely a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? I know you mentioned your Insta. Definitely, any last words, any words of encouragement, shout outs, anything?
Stay safe and stay dangerous.
Yeah, facts.
That's all I got.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely appreciate the interview right here. Where they can follow you at?
Instagram at C.A.D.E.T 316.
Okay. All right. It's your boy DMV Hudson News, and we are gone.